Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 47 of the best sports show out, Highly Opinionated. I'm your co-host, Josh, the best co-host in the game. What's up, Tim?
What's up, Wish?
I'm good, man. I thought you was going to get tired of me after 1 week, bro. I'm glad you did.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Good, bro. I'm glad, y'all. I'm glad you did, man. I was getting nervous for a second. Glad to see you, bro. Glad to have you back, like I said last week. Ladies and gentlemen, the best editor, the best producer, the best guy on the show. What's up, Ross? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you feeling, Josh?
I'm good, man. I can't complain. How you?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't complain either. I'm definitely we right in the midst of football season, so that's the best time of year for me. As y'all can see, well, you already teased it last week, so y'all getting into the top 10 quarterback. So I just had to make sure I rep for my guy. I don't know how well y'all gonna rep for him, but I had to rep for my guy while I'm on the screen. But yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to get to it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, we will unveil our top 10 quarterbacks list later on in the show. I'm sure you guys can't wait for that. You feel me? That should be an interesting conversation. So we look forward to that. We look forward to presenting the whole entire episode 47 to you. Want to appreciate you guys for tuning in to episode 46 last week. Our first episode back. Again, shout out to my brother Tim coming back, being the superstar that I knew he always was, and I know he always will be. Shout out to Ross for being him. Shout out to Dylan. You feel me? The highly opinionated family, man. We growing. We're taking it one step at a time. We're trying to get better each and every episode, each and every show. And we're growing the highly opinionated family, man. So we appreciate everything. We appreciate all the love. Appreciate all the support, all the comments. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, etc., YouTube. We appreciate it all. In fact, of me speaking of that, I skipped you last week, Ross. I made sure I got it written down that I would not skip you this week. So, Ross, before we get started on episode 47, let them know where they can follow us at on our social medias.
Yes, sir. Y'all can follow us on Instagram at highly opinionated __. Follow us on TikTok at highly opinionated _SS. Follow us on Twitter or X at highly O_SS. And y'all already on the YouTube, so make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll be sure to comment back. And I also do just want to make a quick, not really an announcement, but y'all probably noticed last week that now Dylan's banging breakdown isn't in the middle of the episode. He has his own segment on YouTube, so that will be coming out every Friday. So just make sure y'all do the same, like, subscribe, comment, and he will definitely be commenting back too.
Absolutely. Dylan has rose of superstar status just like Tim, stars of the show, so they get what they want. And I'm proud of Dylan for what he's done, what he's brought to the show. I'm sure you are. I'm sure we all are. So keep liking and subscribing. Dylan's banging breakdowns. He's giving you the best content in MMA, boxing, etc., whatever's going on in that week in combat sports. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and comment with Dylan, man. He'll definitely get back to you. He likes sparring, man. Dylan's a hell of a guy. So Tim, superstar, my brother, the official Mr. Highly Opinionated. You ready to get episode 47 started, my guy?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Let's get it started. Let's start off with some NFL news as always. Let's start off with the Colts. They finally made a starting quarterback decision. Starting quarterback will be Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones won the summer camp battle over Anthony Richardson. What are your thoughts on Daniel Jones being the starting quarterback for the Colts, and what are your expectations for the Colts this year?
I mean, I think it's he probably won a job outright. Like, I agree with them starting. I agree with them starting him because he has more experience. I think one of his years he had a really good year, and then he's been up and down since then. But I think he is a pro level quarterback. I don't know what his max potential is. But I think you should give him a shot. Let the game slow down some more for Richardson. Richardson had a shaky first year, and I think his confidence is a little wavery right now. Hopefully, him losing the starting job in camp, hopefully that don't just, you know what I'm saying, even breaks his confidence even more. Hopefully he just studies, learns the game, just watch from the sideline, like tempo, just certain things. He probably missing the little things. He got to work on his accuracy a lot too because he's not really accurate, but he can throw the ball long, so he just got to get more comfortable you know what I'm saying? So I think that was good to start Daniel Jones week 1. I think he gives them the best chance to win right now.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. I thought Daniel Jones, once he signed there, he signed a 1 year, $14 million deal with the Colts. I knew that I felt like he was going to be the starting quarterback. Uh, I thought he was the guy that should be the starting quarterback if the coach, want to do anything this year. Anthony Richardson is just not ready. It's not all his fault. He only played in a few games in college, so he doesn't have the snaps. He didn't have the snaps in college to be ready for the NFL, and he's not really getting the snaps in the NFL to be ready for the NFL. He's hurt, and then obviously they brought in Daniel Jones to be the starting quarterback. But for this, I think you can laugh at it. I think Daniel Jones will be in the running for comeback player of the year. I truly do, just because of the talent that's around him. This is the best offensive talent that he's ever had. Now, Jonathan Taylor is not a better running back than Saquon Barkley. I'm not saying that. But you have Jonathan Taylor, you have Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Alec Pierce. You got uh, Adion Mitchell, the wide receiver from Texas, and my guy Tyler Warren, who they drafted out the first round out of Penn State. So, and then you got a good offensive line. Raymond, the left tackle, Quentin Nelson. They have a center, Mortinelli. If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I'm sorry. Right guard, Mac, Don Cleves, and then the right tackle, Braden Smith. So they have a solid to good offensive line. They were 8-9 last year with bad average to bad quarterback play. So I think, if you win two more games, now you go from 8-9 to 10-7. So I look at it as, I don't think Daniel Jones is the best quarterback. I've been critical of Daniel Jones in the past before. But what I've learned about quarterbacks is not all about them, it's about part situation as well. And this coach situation, I think you will agree, is the best situation offensively he's ever been in. He's not playing with the best talent, best offensive player talent he played with, because that's safer. But the Giants didn't have weapons for him other than Barkley. It was him and Barkley, essentially, yeah. So
No, I agree.
And they drafted Kadarius Toney Kadarius Toney. I'm sorry. Malik Neighbors. They drafted Malik Neighbors last season, so he was a rookie. And when they drafted him, he really kind of got rid of Daniel Jones. They cut Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones went to the Vikings and basically sat behind Sam Darnold and J.J. McCarthy last season. So he, went to quarterback school, went to apprenticeship. So I think this is the best situation for Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold. This is the best situation for Daniel Jones, and I think Daniel Jones will be in the running for comeback player of the year. Our next topic, we will get to the Washington Commanders. Washington Commanders traded Brian Robinson Jr. to the San Francisco 49ers in exchange for a 2026 sixth-round draft pick. I'll start us off on this topic. I love the trade for the 49ers. They had a glaring hole, backup running back behind Christian McCaffrey. And Brian Robinson can do things that Christian McCaffrey, not saying he can't do, but I think Brian Robinson is a more physical power back than Christian McCaffrey. And he can really, at the goal line, take some of them carries away from Christian McCaffrey so he doesn't have to get hit all the time. So I like the move for Brian Robinson. And I think San Francisco has that backfield with Christian McCaffrey and Brian Robinson Jr.
Yeah, that was a great pickup. Nice 1-2 punch. Like you said, McCaffrey more shifty, more in space type of guy. Brian Robinson more downhill, punisher, powerful running back. So great pickup. And you only gave a 6th-round pickup. So that's a great pickup to me.
Yeah, we agree. Like we said, great pickup. You give up nothing. And think about this. The 49ers will get a comp pick next year if they lose Brian Robinson. So essentially, they traded him really for nothing. The 6th-round pick, they'll probably get back between a 4th and a 7th-round pick next year. So great move for the 49ers. Improved the depth in the running back room, and just another ball carrier and ball handler that you can trust. He had some fumbling issues a little bit last year, but if he shows that up, another ball handler that you can trust to go along with Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, the wide receivers that they recently traded for Sky Moore. So the 49ers are limping into the season. They definitely have a lot of injuries going on over there, but still, love the move. Great move for them.
It's a contract year for him. He ain't gonna fumble the ball that much.
Oh, you know
how that happens.
High and tight. And
right,
yeah. Can't lose the money, Tim. You know that better than anybody. Can't lose the money. Our last topic, breaking news today. Terry McLaurin has agreed to a 3-year contract extension worth up to $96 million, which ends his hold-in with the Washington Commanders. So Washington Commanders finally have their number 1 receiver, so we finally will be able to see week 1 when they take the field against the New York Football Giants. we'll see Terry McLaurin, Deebo Samuel, Jaden Daniels, Laramie Tunsil, the new left tackle that they got. So they should have all their offensive weapons that they need to be successful this upcoming season. Great move for Washington. Kind of should have been happened, but you get the deal done now. Kind of probably all the hard feelings from Terry's side and Washington's side that probably simmered away. So great move for the Commanders. Great move for Terry. And I think with Terry being signed, Tim, I know you believe in mojo. I feel like this uplifts the mojo with the team, and everybody now positive vibes, good vibes. And now I think we can, I think we should be able to see the best of the Washington Commanders because now they have that number one receiver, a guy that can get down the field, separate with his speed.
Nah, definitely. They had to get this deal done. Price, I guess the price was right for Washington. I don't know if he a 32-year a guy though. I don't.
Yeah, he got $32 million a year. So
yeah, that's a little high to me. But I mean, hey, sometimes you got overpaid to keep your guy. So shout out to Terry McLaurin.
My bad. I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted you to finish. I have a thought process. I have a question. I was thinking about what you were saying because that is the number. Some people think that's a little high, including yourself. I was saying this. This is what I think Washington should do. If they signed him to 30, let's say they signed him to 33 and above. Let's get the best year we can out of him this year, and then you can trade.
True. Yeah.
He's still going to be productive.
Yeah,
and then teams will probably be like, okay, yo, the next team will be like, okay, we got to adjust your salary cap. But for me, Washington was in a lose. They had to get this done. Like you said, the vibes that they had. They went to the NFC Championship game last year. So to propel that, you went out, you go get a left tackle. You go get another left tackle. You go get another tackle in the draft. You feel me? So you're trying to show your offensive lineup. You're trying to get Jaden Daniels the most weapons he can have to be successful. You needed Terry McLaurin on the field to give you that one person that got that speed that can separate. Deebo's not a speedster. You feel me? He gonna do what he do. Terry McLaurin is the one guy that can separate, get down the field. You saw in the playoff game against Detroit, the man took a pop pass and took it to the house.
Yeah.
A wide receiver screen, pop pass, whatever you want to call it. And took it to the house. That just shows you his speed, what he can bring to the table. Great move by Washington, man. We both agree on that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Highly Opinionated. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is brought to you by Edibly Airy. Enjoy the heightened experience of THC edibles in a whole new way. At Edibly Airy, our freeze-dry edibles available in 100 milligram, 200 milligram, 300 milligram, 400 milligram will give you the buzz you crave with a flavor you won't forget. Available in 3 different flavors: watermelon sunset, tropical fruit, and very berry. To place orders, please visit the website at ediblyairy.com. While you're there at ediblyairy.com, use a promotion code. You guys see the promotion code on the screen. $ Highly Airy, $. Again, $ Highly Airy, $ for 20% off your first purchase. Follow us on IG at Edibly Airy for new product releases and monthly hookups. Must be 21 and over to purchase. Edibly Airy, the best freeze-dry edibles out. Go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That time of the show, the best segment in sports. On this week's edition of Let's Talk About It, ladies and gentlemen, we teased you at the beginning of the show. We teased you last week when we talked about Jalen Hurts and Cam Newton. What a great debate, bro. Shout out to you for coming out with that great debate. And we teased you with talking about our top 10 quarterbacks. But ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to wait no longer. We are going to unveil our top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. However, before we unveil our top 10 quarterbacks, let's start off where we had what was our top 10 list last year, and then we'll work our way to this year. So my top 10 list last year was Patrick Mahomes number 1, Joe Burrow number 2, Lamar Jackson number 3, Josh Allen number 4, Aaron Rodgers number 5, Matthew Stafford number 6, CJ Stroud number 7, Dak Prescott number 8, Justin Herbert number 9, Jared Goff number 10. That was my top 10 quarterbacks from last year. My top 10 quarterbacks going into this season. So I'll work my way from 10 to 1. Is that like cool, Tim?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Coming in at number 10, Jaden Daniels, quarterback, Washington Commanders. I'm sure a lot of people will like, why is he 10? For me, he's a rookie. He had one good year. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying he can't be whatever you guys think he. If you guys think he Michael Jordan, shit, he can be Michael Jordan. Whatever. I just need to see him do it more than 1 year. I've had that criteria for every quarterback. Am I lying, Tim? I've been consistent about that, right?
Yeah.
I need you to do it more than 1 year. CJ Stroud, I need to see him do it more than 1 year. You found me? Before I could, I had him in the top 10. This year, you'll see where he's at this year. So you found me? I need to see it more than just 1 year. So for me, number 10, I have Jaden Daniels. Number 9, Baker Mayfield. I've had Baker Mayfield moves into the top 10. I have him at number 9, the 9th best quarterback in the league. I think what Baker Mayfield has done in Tampa Bay has been truly remarkable. The man took over for the greatest quarterback to ever live, in my opinion, in Tom Brady. That first year, they won the NFC South. The first year they won the NFC South, they won a playoff game. The second year, they won the NFC South. They lost last year to Washington in a close, hard-fought playoff game at home. This year is his third year. He's going into his third different coordinator. Josh Grizzard is his new offensive coordinator. I expect Baker to have a good year. Baker was 41 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. Too many interceptions. If he cuts that number down to 10, Tampa Bay can have a very, very successful season. Coming in at number 8, CJ Stroud. I have CJ Stroud at number 8. The reason why I have CJ Stroud at number 8, if you look at it, all my guys from 7 to 1 have played in Super Bowls. So we saw CJ Stroud. I thought he took somewhat of a step back last year, but the more and more I think about it, he had a bad offensive line. He covered up for the offensive line, had injuries to his 3 best wide receivers, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins throughout the season. Dalton Schultz was in and out of the lineup at certain points in time. No true Joe Mixon in and out here and there when, not here and there, but, in and out at times. So for CJ Stroud to get them to the playoffs and they beat the Chargers, neither one of us thought that they would beat the Chargers in that playoff game. So I have to give him credit for that. CJ Stroud comes in at number 8. Number 7, Jared Goff. Jared Goff coming in at number 7 on my list. Had a great year last year, and obviously into the playoff game. But they had a great year last year with the Detroit Lions. They were the number 1 seed. They won 15 games. They were 15-2. He's played in the Super Bowl. Now, things have to be right for Jared Goff to get to a Super Bowl. Perfect situation, perfect conditions. But we obviously have seen him in a playoff game, and we've seen him play well in the playoffs. They did lose in the NFC Championship game in a heartbreaking way to the San Francisco 49ers. I didn't think that game was on him. I thought that was more of coaching with Dan Campbell's bad decision-making than it was on Jared Goff. Now, the game that they lost to against the Commanders, you can't throw interceptions. You can't throw pick six. So I feel like he should get more blame in that loss than he should in the loss against the San Francisco 49ers at San Francisco. I thought he played a good game in that game. They just ran into a better team. And, again, the coaching decisions I thought were bad for Detroit in that game, and that's why they ended up losing that game. Number 6, Jalen Hurts, quarterback. Philadelphia Eagles. I have him at number 6. I think he's a top 6 quarterback. Yes, I've said he plays with great talent, but as my coach tells me, the great talent has to get the ball. The quarterback has to throw them the ball. The quarterback has to hand the ball off. And Jalen Hurts gets more knock for playing with great talent than I've ever seen. And maybe I'm part of that crime, and I should stop doing that, and I will. I don't try to diminish him. I just say he plays with great talent. But I've seen others literally try to diminish him. Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback, in my opinion. Is he the best quarterback in the league? In my opinion, no. But he's a top 6 quarterback in the league. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's outplayed Patrick Mahomes in 2 Super Bowl matchups. He was the best quarterback on the field when Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts played in the first Super Bowl, and he was the best player when Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts played in the past Super Bowl that just happened. Super Bowl 59? Super Bowl 59, right? Super Bowl 59?
Yeah. Yeah, don't give me the line. Yeah.
I think it's 59, Super Bowl 59. So Jalen Hurts has proved he's a top 6 quarterback. He's a hell of a player, and I look forward to see what he does this year in this encore season as coming in as a defending champion. Number 5, I had Matthew Stafford coming in at number 5 from the Los Angeles Rams. I think Matthew Stafford is vastly underrated. Had a bad time, not bad time, but spent most of his years in Detroit when Detroit was basically a dumpster fire. Yeah, they had weapons here and there, but really couldn't get the coaching right, couldn't get the front office right. Didn't have the most stable situation. When he got a stable situation, he was on the back nine of his career. We saw what he did with the Rams, helping them get to a Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl. I don't think he was the best player on that team, but I think he was the best. I think he was the most important offensive player. Cooper Kupp obviously had a record-breaking season. Aaron Donald was the best player on the team. They had Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, and Von Miller on that defensive line to go with Jalen Ramsey. So they loaded up. But I thought Matthew Stafford's decision-making and the trust that Sean McVay put in him, and he earned from Sean McVay, I felt that showed what type of quarterback Matthew Stafford was. And if he was in a better situation for majority of his career, he probably would have more than one Super Bowl. You feel me? In my opinion, he probably would have more than one. Not saying he win 5, 6, 7, but I think he would have more than one. He's one of the most talented throwers of football we've ever seen. Coaches have said that in the NFL. So Matthew Stafford at number 5. Number 4. Before I get to the 4, I think obviously listening to my list, I have the core 4, which is in no order: Allen, Jackson, Mahomes, Burrow. That would be there. So those are the 4 guys I have left. Coming in at number 4, Joe Burrow, the Cincinnati Bengals. Had a record-breaking season last year. If his team was any good defensively, he would have been in the MVP conversation. The reason why I have him at number 4, you're great, Joe, but bro, you got to make the playoffs. You missed the playoffs. You missed the playoffs 2 of the last season. That can't happen. You can't do that if you're great. I know that you're great, and it's not all on you. But sometimes being that guy, being a top guy, you got to uplift. For example, let's go back down to Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts might not wow you with his throwing the ball ability, but he uplifts his team. He gives them spirit. He gives them hope. Like, okay, bro, we got one in the lineup. He gonna find a way, whether it's a tush push, whether it's whatever. Joe Burrow has to do that for the Cincinnati Bengals. So I feel like, Joe, you have to get to the playoffs. And once you get to now, when you're in the playoffs, I know what you about. But you have to get to the playoffs. Coming at number 3, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. I think he's the 3rd best quarterback in the NFL. I think he's shown time after time what he is. He's developed as a passer. He's obviously electric as a runner. The Ravens I think this team that the Ravens have put together is the best team they put around him on the offensive side and the defensive side. So I've never given Lamar Jackson, quote unquote, excuses. But in my opinion, bro, you got the best team you've ever had. So the reason why you're number 3 is because how the playoffs go. You tend to play your worst game in the playoffs, and that's not how it should be. I need you to play your best when the best. Lamar Jackson, you're a 2-time MVP. The reason why I didn't give you, and again, ladies and gentlemen, I caught death threats over not having Lamar Jackson as the MVP last year. The reason why I didn't give him the MVP, it wasn't that he didn't have an MVP season. It was really either or. You could have gave it to Josh Allen, you could have gave it to Lamar Jackson. This is my thing. I want him to win a Super Bowl. Forget the MVPs, forget all that. Win the Super Bowl. Win the Super Bowl MVP. That's the MVP he should be going after. The Super Bowl MVP. The regular season MVPs now, I hate to say it, they don't mean anything to him. If Jalen Hurts win the MVP in regular season, that's great. Baker Mayfield, CJ Stroud, Jaden, that's great. But for Lamar Jackson, you got to win in the playoffs, man. So I definitely think you're a top 3 quarterback, and you definitely can move up. You found me if you make them, do the proper adjustments that you play how you play in the regular season in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson could be easily number 1, could easily be 2 or number 1 on the list. Coming in at number 2 on my list, the MVP, Josh Allen. I doubted this man last season. I picked the Jets to not only win the East, I picked the Jets to go to the Super Bowl. And I doubted because he lost Stephon Diggs. And Josh Allen said, man, just because I don't got Stephon Diggs, I'm still going to find a way. I'm still going to make a way. But that Buffalo Bills team, their best wide receiver was Khalil Shakur. I'm talking about their best actual wide receiver was Shakur. So what Josh Allen did last season, winning the MVP, he's done everything he can do. For me, the only thing he has to do, just like how Lamar has to play his best game in the playoffs, he just has to beat one person in the playoffs. It's like it's his bugaboo, Patrick Mahomes. If he can find a way to beat Patrick Mahomes and get to a Super Bowl, then Josh Allen can obviously upgrade to the next level. And then for me, number 1, Patrick Mahomes. He still got the throne, in my opinion. He's still the best quarterback. Another guy that I doubted. Remember last season I said the Kansas City Chiefs would not make the AFC Championship game. They went to the Super Bowl. Let me repeat that again. I said they weren't going to go to the AFC Championship game. They went to the Super Bowl with a makeshift offensive line, guard playing tackle. Me and you had this debate last week. I know you said that you thought Jalen Hurts, you put Jalen Hurts on that Chiefs team, they could have got to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't. I think it's one guy could have got them to the Super Bowl last year, and he did it. And it was Patrick Mahomes. Now, they ran into a buzzsaw against your Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl Sunday, but for him getting that team to the Super Bowl, that wasn't the most talented Kansas City team he's ever had. So to still get them to the Super Bowl, you had to play Houston in the second round, in the divisional round. You had to play Buffalo in the conference championship. That was very, very impressive. So for me, just to run quick now again, Jaden Daniels, number 10, Baker Mayfield, number 9, CJ Stroud, number 8, Jared Goff, number 7, Jalen Hurts, number 6, Matthew Stafford, number 5, Joe Burrow, number 4, Lamar Jackson, number 3, Josh Allen, number 2, and Showtime Patrick Mahomes, number 1. Those are my top 10 quarterbacks heading into the 2025 NFL season. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to hype this up because this is going to be epic. This is going to be epic, ladies and gentlemen. Before Tim gives his current list, allow me to give you his list from last year. He had Patrick Mahomes, number 1, Joe Burrow, number 2, Justin Herbert, number 3, Josh Allen, number 4, Matthew Stafford, number 5, Jared Goff, number 6, Jalen Hurts, number 7, Lamar Jackson, number 8, Dak Prescott, number 9, CJ Stroud, number 10. Mr. Highly Opinionated, floor is yours, sir.
Hey, man, I'm going to start off with a quote, man, because that's just what I like to do, man. I'm going to quote my man, Willie Beamen, man. And that's how and my list follows what Willie Beamen says. I'm trying to win, coach. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody, but winning is the only thing I respect. Winning is the only thing I respect. I want y'all to remember that when y'all hear my list, right? And y'all know I always got one anomaly in there just because that's how I look at it. Like Herbert was top 5 last year and he ain't win. So there's always one anomaly in there that goes against my rule. But I'm going to start from 1 because I don't even want y'all to y'all don't really care about 10 and all that. Y'all want to hit my top 5, right? I'm going to do all of them, but I know y'all don't want me to go from 10 to 1 because, you know what I'm saying? Why would y'all want to hit 10 first, right? Number 1. Josh Allen. It's only one quarterback on the field that I personally think I have over anybody to me is Josh Allen. I know what he does in the playoffs. I know what he does in the regular season. I don't got to guess. They don't always win, but that majority of the times it ain't on him. A couple times they lost to Kansas City with 8 seconds left. Defensive coordinator, like it's situational. So, but I know Josh Allen
had the ball.
Yeah, Josh Allen gonna put enough points on the board for me to win the game. Is what I know. Number 2. Y'all heard my quote, so y'all already know who number 2 is. Jalen Hurts. Gotta be. It ain't no argument to be. Like, only thing I respect is winning. I don't care all that flashy stuff y'all like. I got to quote another movie when I talk about Jalen Hurts, right? I'm a movie guy, right? So y'all saying white man can't jump. What'd he say? Well, Billy Hoy told him, he said, you rather look good and lose than look bad and win. I ain't know what I meant. I ain't know what that meant back when I saw it the first time. But watching football, I understand now because y'all love them losers that look good. Y'all love them. That's why they in y'all top 5s. Next, Joe Burrow just ridiculous. Like from a football standpoint, he ridiculous. Like that defense was so bad. Like the kids our coach could have played better defense than them, and he still would have put up 45. So like he's number 3 for me. Number 4, man. I don't know y'all. I know y'all eyes. I know y'all. I already know y'all think I'm crazy, but number 4, Patrick Mahomes. I'm seeing a slight decline in this play as the years go on. I know y'all don't see it yet. Y'all gonna see it 2 years later. Then now I see what he's talking about. But he just don't look the same no more. Y'all can say the team isn't as good. I agree, but slight decline. Kelsey getting older, so you know what I'm saying. Like it ain't the same. So it's not all on him, but it's just not the same. It's not the same effect to me. Number 5, like I said, my list 2024. Like I can't go what you did before, what you did last year. I'm strictly what you did last year. Number 5. Got to be Jalen Daniels to me. From what he did from a Washington team, no one had going to the playoffs. And then I think the stat I seen the other day, only 2 other players did what he did with throwing, rushing, and all that. I think it was only 2 other players that did that as a rookie in history. Got to go Jalen Daniels at 5. Number 6, he rose up a couple spots from last year, Lamar Jackson. MVP guy. He just got winning playoffs because I I don't really care what he do in the regular season at that point. He gonna do 30. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that no more. He has to win. Like, not even win, but for me, he has to play good. The only game I really say he played good was the Steelers game last year to me. That was his best playoff game, and that wasn't really crazy, but it was a good performance. Like, it wasn't bad. So for me, I just want to see him play well in the playoffs. Number 7. He was higher. He was number 3 last year. He took a dip. Justin Herbert. 2 playoff performances. They lost both of them. Last year was a bad performance. Line ain't blocked. You ain't do nothing. You dropped to 7. Next, Jared Goff. Jared Goff, you played horrible versus Washington. I don't know what you were saying coverage-wise, and they came to your crib, and it was a letdown for me offensively. Your line ain't blocked well neither that day, but, hey, it was still a letdown. Number 9, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, he's been playing well the past 2 years. I know I'm talking about just this year, but he played well last year. Should have went that Tampa Washington game. Probably was the best game of that weekend, if I'm not mistaken. The best game of wild card weekend.
It was. Sadly for me, it was.
So Baker Mayfield at 9. And the last guy, man, I don't know how he not on the top 24 list. I know he had an abysmal playoff performance as well due to line play, and they ain't play well as a whole. But Sam Darnold, for me, was a top 10 quarterback last year, numbers-wise. You can look at the numbers. He was top in almost every category. So that's my top 10, man. I know y'all going to have to debate me, man. Go in the comments, go in the chat. I'm there. I talk back. You talk, I talk back. So that's my top 10.
Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold.
Yes, sir.
And my list was Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, CJ Stroud, Baker Mayfield, and Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
So we had a lot of similar guys. You had Herbert on your list. I didn't have him on mine. He was honorable mention for me. You had Sam Darnold on your list. I didn't have Sam Darnold on at all. But I get it. He did have a good year last year for Minnesota. So we can definitely see if he can maybe he won't do the same year in Seattle, but see if he can kind of reciprocate that same year in Seattle. So you heard my list. Is there any problems that you had with, not problems, but is there anything you would debate on my list?
Debate, I mean, not really debate. Like, I feel like Stafford, it was an okay year to me. Like, it wasn't a Stafford year to me. It was just okay. That's why he wasn't on my list this year. Same thing with Stroud. Like, I just felt like it was certain quarterbacks that played better than them this year. So that's why I took them off my list. So I think you had only but Stroud, Stafford. I think that's
the rest of the guys we had the same. I had Mahomes, I had Allen,
Jackson.
I mean,
so of course the order. Yeah, just the order.
Yeah, didn't the order. Yeah. Let me say this. I think people might knock you for having Josh Allen as the best quarterback. I had him. It was neck and neck with him and Mahomes. So I get that. I get you thinking of that. I don't knock that. Now, obviously, you're gonna catch some flack with Jalen Hurts being number 2, but I can understand that he won. He's winning. You said your list is about winning. Well, winning to an extent. I'm looking at your list. I don't debate people about numbers. Like, I had Jaden Daniels 10, you have him at 5. Like, we really, whatever. Like, I'm not. We have him on the list. You feel me? So, I would say for me, I would probably say Herbert and Sam Darnold. I get your point about Sam, but for me, the same thing about Sam. I just want to see Sam do it again. It doesn't have to be what he did last year, but for me, Baker Mayfield, I've seen do it for 3 years. I seen him do it a year in Cleveland. You feel me? So I know, like, at his best, I know what he can be. I still, in a way, don't know what Sam Darnold is, in part because he's going to a new situation. So for me, if I see him play well this year, obviously I got you. I can understand that. And for me, with Herbert, again, I've done a 180 on him. I don't want to sound too harsh on him, but again, for me, you obviously moved him down, and that's obviously being objective. But to me, I'm getting to the point with him, like, and maybe I'm getting there too early. But bro, when you make the playoffs, bro, don't play your worst game. Now, I know the Jacksonville game, he played a good first half and then played a terrible second half. And then the game against Houston wasn't his best game, wasn't all him. wide receivers didn't do their job as well, but he still threw some passes that were questionable. So for me, Herbert and Donald would be it for me. But other than that, man, I like and respect your list. I don't obviously agree with some of the order of it, but I like and respect your list. I get your point about Mahomes too, but let me just say this about Mahomes. I don't think he gets enough credit for getting that team to the Super Bowl, bro. I get you to say defense because they did win a couple games defensively, but when you know you got that guy at quarterback, that's going to uplift the whole team. I saw that with Tom. I saw that New England with Tom and Tampa Bay with Tom. They knew, man, we got 12 on the roster. We're going to find a way. We got 15. We're going to find a way. So I get your point about a slide because there is a slide in Kansas City. The offense wasn't as crisp and as fluid as it usually was last season. But I think he should get credit, man, for taking that team to the Super Bowl, bro, because anybody that played y'all was going to be at the Eagles were the superior team. If they played Buffalo, they could have played Buffalo, the Texans, the Ravens, or the Chiefs. They were better than all those teams. They beat the Ravens last year, if I'm not mistaken. And they beat the Chiefs.
You know what's crazy? Yeah. I don't think the Eagles was the favorite in the Super Bowl, though. It might have been a pick 'em, though. It might not have been.
Well, let me say this.
My fault, go ahead.
I'm sorry, cut you off. I'll give you that, but you know how, bro, it's gambling. So the money, they're gonna bet on Mahomes because I get that. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not saying you're wrong because they weren't favored, but part of the reason why they weren't favored is because they played Mahomes. They played against Mahomes, but no, man. Again, man, Josh Allen, Tim's top 10. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. My top 10. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, C.J. Stroud, Baker Mayfield, Jaden Daniels. You guys will see this all throughout our social media pages. So as Tim said, man, we look forward to the banter in the comments. I'm sure there will be a lot of comments on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Highly Opinionated. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode of Highly Opinionated is sponsored by Wolves of War. In some of the episodes, you can see my co-host and Ross wearing a brand called Wolves of War. Wolves of War is our first sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, and we are so thankful to have those guys sponsoring Highly Opinionated. Thank you very much. The actual meaning of Wolves of War is that it represents having a strong path behind you through the battles of life. With the right people behind you, you can get through anything. You guys see the link for Wolves of War? Make sure you guys click on the link, shop, great apparels, t-shirts, sweatsuits, whatever you want, they have. Once again, Wolves of War. Make sure you guys go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. As you can see, got a special guest on the screen, a fan favorite of Highly Opinionated, a guy who should have been on last year. We've been working hard to get him on, but here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome Bobby to Highly Opinionated. What's up, Bobby?
Yo, David.
How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here. It's football season. It's the best time of the year. It's a great time to be a Ravens fan. Y'all know, it's a great time. Home of the flock. So.
Go ahead, Tim. I want you to respond.
Man, he a home team guy, but I ain't mad at it. Hey, let's see what they do this year.
Ain't nothing wrong with repping the home team.
Hey, Kim, you a Baltimore guy, bro. You're a Baltimore legend, bro. I played Pop Warner football with you, bro. I don't know if you ever tell anybody this, but you was the man, yo. You know what I'm saying? You was or as the kids say now,
Bobby,
you was the guy.
Bobby, I'm sorry to cut you off. I wanted to let you finish your story, but bro, we know. We know.
Tim will tell you his pop was my head coach. You feel me? Like Tim was the guy. He wasn't even the guy just because his father was the coach the first year. It was like every year after that, he was still the guy, bro. Like I played line all my life. Tim known me since I used to run around the field at Deer Park with a trash bag trying to make weight. Kids don't gotta make weight no more. Tim know that. I live that life,
Right, for sure.
So shout out my guy.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that.
Bro.
So Bobby, glad to have you here, bro. We appreciate you for coming on, man. Obviously, both me and Tim. Again, man, we should have had you on last year. Scheduling conflicts, things didn't happen, bro. But we're glad to have you here. As we get started with every guest, bro, is there anything you want to shout out, anything you want to promote, anything you got going on that you want the world to know?
Oh, definitely, man. I got a lot of stuff I can shout out. I don't want to miss nobody, so I'm gonna just try to keep it real basic. But just starting off, bro, I just want to shout out Randallstown High School football team. I've been going to their practice since they started the camp. Just able to look from aside. I wasn't able to get on the field enough, but I was able to watch. I want to shout out their coaching staff. They have a great coaching staff. I think a lot of people who played high school football should definitely go back and coach. A lot of their guys went Division I. One of their coaches, Timothy Brown, he went to a Division II school. I believe back in my day, he could have probably won Division I. He went to Cardinal Gibbons High School class of 09. He's one of the coaches. He works good on defense. I've been watching from afar, just looking at everything unfold. I'm looking forward to being a supporter of them this season. I try to follow every high school, but I'm from Randallstown myself, so I wanted to support the home team this year. I graduated from Western Tech 2009, but I've been going to Randallstown practices, and I just want to shout out the whole coaching staff from Byron Eaton, who was a beast in Baltimore County in high school football. They also have their head coach, Jamari, I believe. He's doing good things there. I just want to shout out the whole school. Other schools I can shout out to, but I'm focused on them right now. I want to shout out You're Welcome, which is a clothing brand. It's also in my bio as well, by my best friend. I have a lot of friends doing a lot of great things now. I can list out a billion things right now, but right now I'm here to talk sports, you feel me? But I just wanted to shout out good football, man. Right now I've been paying close attention to Randallstown High School football, and I'm looking forward to a good season, man. And I encourage y'all to pull up to a game too, man. On me.
You got it. I will be there. I promise I will be there at one of the games. You give me a schedule, send it to me. I will definitely be at one of the games.
I'll send that. I got some good connections around the town. I'll send it through, brother. I'll send it through.
I definitely will pull up because the culture was changing. So I coached at Owens Mills, not the last year, but 2 years ago. So we played them. We beat them, but they was on the rise. Like they just got Jamari and them in there, so they was on the rise. So like I saying, it's definitely a shift in Randallstown because they was 10-2 last year, so they playing some good ball over there. So
they're not playing no games, fellas. I'm trying to tell y'all that defense looking good. I came out there, I was able to sneak to see the first day of them, of contact. Hitting, man. All you heard, and I was walking around the track just trying to, just give a little trying to get my steps in for the day. All you heard, I was like, okay. I'm just letting everybody know, man. They coming, man. Their defense, they not playing, man. From linebackers, shout out to their O-line coach. I followed their O-line coach. I was just telling my cousin how Kenneth Mayfield, I believe his name was, he ended up going to Kansas State. I was like, man, that's crazy. Y'all getting all the greats coming back. Even, guys before I was even a freshman, they were good, and
right.
Shout out to all of them, man. I've been a fan of Randallstown football for years, even though I went to Magna High School across town at Western Tech. So,
one quick thing on Randallstown Rams football. What do you think? They went 10-2 last year. What do you think the expectations are this year?
Oh, definitely go further in the playoffs. I was at the playoff game that they lost. I think them boys are very, very, very disciplined. I think they're very disciplined. Only thing I thought with the problem last year was just, it could have. I think they should have had more time. I think the weather conditions, which we all know as former players and stuff, that you can't blame the weather. We always gotta be prepared for that. But I think them boys are looking good. I think they're gonna be more polished this year, even from the practice. They're not playing no games. Certain stuff that I feel like when you first coming in, kind of like when Saban came into Alabama, it was like I'm setting the standard, Yeah. And I think that's what Jamari's doing over there at Randallstown. All the coaches, Coach Tim, all them guys, man. I've been to probably about 4 practices, just sneaking. I don't want to say I was watching. I probably wasn't allowed to watch nothing. I was walking the track and I was watching them boys, man. They looking real sharp. I think the expectation this year is definitely go farther in the playoffs. Definitely a state championship. Like I said, I haven't got to talk to the coaches too closely yet, but it's a lot of good men there, man, and they building a really good program. If you want to play good football in Baltimore County, keep your eye on Randallstown.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do this year too, because like you said, 10-2 last year, lost. What they lose to in the playoffs?
It wasn't a school from Baltimore.
I can't remember who it was, but like I'm looking forward to see them expand because when we was growing up, Randallstown was that, especially in basketball. Basketball, they was back-to-back state championships. Like, so to get the football culture finally going, like they had some good years in football as well, but the basketball team really outshined football, and now it's like the football team on the rise. So hopefully they can get both of them clicking at the same time. That'd be special in that area because I'm a Randallstown guy through and through, so I'm looking forward to it myself.
Man, especially shout out to my brother Keon. He coaches JV basketball at Randallstown High School. I know he works with varsity as well, but I mean, I think we all know if anybody grew up and graduated in 09, 08, 07, 06, 05 even, man, you couldn't even go to their games. It was packed. It was packed. Randallstown versus Milford, Randallstown versus Woodlawn. I mean, Randallstown versus Newtown. Anybody. And then of course we hated people like Tim that went to private school. You know what I'm saying? We hated private school cats because I mean, everybody always felt like they was better than public school kids. Everybody did. But shout out to St. Paul's. I'm a fan of y'all. I was a big fan. I was a big fan of Cardinal Gibbons growing up.
They had a lot of guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. They had a lot of guys over there.
Them, Mount St. Joe, a lot of good guys, man. It's a lot of guys that I grew up with. Now coaching, doing great things. Shout out to Ty Richburg. I remember his son is doing good. Yeah. Everybody's doing really good things, man. Chad Sharp. A lot of people, man, that even went to Randallstown or that I grew up with in that neighborhood, man. You're doing really good things, man. I just want to make sure everybody know that I'm watching. I'm a follower. I love good sports. I love neighborhood sports. I love showing my nephews and nieces and little cousins, like, hey, man, I played sports with him. He was a guy. He was a guy. This is a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could talk all day about my childhood and Randallstown and everything that's going on, man. Shout out to y'all, though.
No, we appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to my man Keon. Keon, the JV coach. I used to play rec ball with Keon, basketball, bro. One of the smoothest guys I ever played with. He was was really like Tracy. He was like Tracy McGrady before, like after seeing Tracy McGrady.
He reminded me of Joe. He reminded me of Joe Johnson.
Johnson. Okay, I'll give you that because he was just so smooth. Like I remember, I used to be. So I was younger, so I used to be scared of the press. So one time we was playing on the rec team. So I turned the ball over. So I told Keon, I'm like, bro, listen. Yo, just stay right here, yo. They come to him, I'm throwing the ball right to you. Like Keon was that. Keon really a good dude. You feel me? Like
real good man.
Being a good play, he really a good dude. You feel me? So shout out to Keys, man. He a hell of a dude, man. I miss that rec team I played with, man. We had some great players on that team, and he was definitely, if not the best, he was the second best player on that team.
I'm sure. I think I had to face Keon a couple times. I played at Old Court Rec for a couple years, and then my mother made me dedicate my services to Deer Park, because we're a Randallstown guy.
Did you play at Old Court? Because I played at, you talking about Liberty Road Rec, right?
I played LRW, yep, Liberty Road Rec.
Yeah. So that's where I played with Keon at.
Okay, yep, I played with Keon. I don't think we never was teammates, but I played there probably for about 5-6 years. From all the way until high school. So
that's basically what we did. You remember Joe? Pinball Joe?
That name sounds so familiar.
If you saw him, you probably remember. He was the fun. Yo, he used to get on my nerves. Like, he was so good. He was good, but he used to get on my nerves. Like he was so good that he used to get on my nerves because he was so fast, shifty, so he could do everything. So
anybody that did too much on the court, I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? I was a lazy hooper, and I was a big guy growing up. I'm still a big guy, but you know what I'm saying? Like I always felt like I could bring the ball down. That's why I always loved Baron Davis, Paul Pierce. Those were my favorite hoopers growing up. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I always felt like I could hoop. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I know being 5'8", 5'9", 5'11" when I got Nike boots on that I can't get past nobody.
I'm just saying, well, I'm shorter than you. So if you can't get past nobody, I can't get past nobody. So
it's all good, brother. We know our strengths. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters.
You gotta know. Yo, my man said this line all the time. You gotta know where you fit in at. You feel me? Once you know where you fit in at, that's where you get in at. So I definitely doing that.
Funny story for y'all though, right? I went to go hoop the other day at Pikesville High School. And you got the fast court where the YNs was hooping at. They was hooping real fast. I played one game with them. They got me off the court, bro. They got me and like 4 of my homeboys off the court in about 8-10 minutes. I went to the next court. I want to say they were probably about 40, 45. I was like, yo, this is my community right here. This is where I need to be. I'm going to the G League. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be over here in the Pro League with them. I need to be in the G League. Like I can go overseas. I felt like I was overseas. I don't want to say the nationality or the race of what they were over there, but I was Brandon Jennings over there, bro. I could have came back. I could have came back and signed the NBA after my performance on the other court, but that's another story. I still get. Hey, look, as long as I get 10 and 8, I'm good, bro. 10 points, 8 boards.
Yeah. That's a good right now. That's a good day at the office. That's a damn good day at the office.
That's all I need.
I hear that. Go ahead, Tim.
No, I'm just ready. What y'all want? What we talking about?
All right, so
go ahead.
We obviously got you here. Before we get to sports, a shout out to everything you shout out. Clothing line, Randallstown Rams. Like obviously everybody doing what they need to be doing. Keep doing. Hopefully everybody in your corner along with you, Bobby. Keep up the good work, and hopefully Randallstown has a successful season. And your friend's clothing line, prospers and does well, man. So we
You're
definitely want to send
welcome.
out.
You already know. You're welcome.
Nah, we got that out of the way. Let's get to what we really here for. Obviously, talk about some sports. So let's start off with college football. The college football season, week 0 started on Saturday. We had Iowa State and Kansas State. Iowa State won that game 24-21. What are your thoughts going into week 1 of the college football season? It's mega matchups this week. You have number 1 Texas, number 3 Ohio State. You have Notre Dame and Miami, 2 ranked matchups. You have LSU and Clemson. LSU at Clemson. Who's the real Death Valley? And you even got some lower tier games. I think the Auburn Baylor game on Friday at 8:00 on Fox is somewhat important. And then, in my opinion, listen, this is not the game of the week, but there's a game on Monday at 8:00 that I am dying to see because I want to see a 74-year-old coach at North Carolina, and I never thought I would ever see him do it. That would be the North Carolina Tar Heels. They play TCU Monday at 8:00 on ESPN. So, what are your thoughts going into the college football season?
Hey, I was gonna cut you off, right? You was talking, right? You was talking about different games. I was like, I'm gonna let him slide. And granted, I'm a Texas fan. I'm a Texas Longhorn fan. Shout out to Coach Sark. Shout out to Eli. I just became a fan of Texas football. But it was one team you did not mention. And I know the coach not there no more, my dog Saban. But you did not mention Bama. And I feel hey, look, and I ran through my list. I took my notes before I came over here, right? And I said, dag, I even looked at the top 5 from Mel Kiper and them from ESPN. You know Alabama's not in the top 5 going into the season this year?
I do know that.
But to answer your question, man, I'm excited for the season. Like I said, Texas is number 1, so I'm pretty happy. Coach Sark is doing a good job. I think they could have did more last year. But I do think with all the quarterback drama dealing with Quinn Ewers, and I always say Eli Manning. Arch Manning. I think it was a lot going on. I like Coach Sark because he's a genuine coach. I think we all know, Ewers was I think a third, four-year guy. So it was, respect just to let the senior finish it out so he can go ahead to the NFL. But I think we do know it's Arch Manning's time. I think Arch Manning is going to do good things. I know he's going to be in that top 5 favorite to win Heisman this year. So, I'm really excited about that. Georgia being number 5 on that list, I'm excited for their games. But I always feel like Georgia, LSU, Ohio State, I feel like it's like I lay back on, I take a break from them like the first couple weeks because they're going to do well. Eventually they're going to do well. These are good teams right here, Power 5 teams. This is where everybody want to go. But I also feel like it's so much going on now with NIL drama, politics, in the locker rooms. Are these big teams focused even? You know what I'm saying? So it's like this year I am going to be paying, close attention to the first and second week just to see, hey, what's going on? Is everybody doing the right? You know what I'm saying? Is everything good? Is the lineman getting set right? Is the discipline there this season? But I'm definitely excited for Texas. I'm definitely excited for Penn State, for you two. Y'all remember a few years ago, Penn State wasn't that no more. It was just like, Penn State's still dealing with that drama, but Penn State coming back. James Franklin, that guy. But I'm expecting big things from Penn State. Who else? It's a lot of teams, man. I love college football, man. As I can see, I'm over here about to start sweating now, just thinking so excited thinking about the sports, man. But I'm a big fan of Texas. Oh, I'm going to LSU versus Florida, my first SEC game in Baton Rouge on the 13th of September. With a couple of my guys. So my first SEC game. So yeah, I'll be there to check them out. Check out LSU versus Florida. I'm a fan of both teams. I'm excited to watch Florida because y'all know Cormani from Colorado. He transferred there a year and a half ago. He did one season already at Florida, and they say he's doing well. Yeah, she got a little bit stronger. So I'm excited to watch that game, and it's gonna be at Death Valley. I'm gonna be at Death Valley for the first time. I'm gonna let y'all know how it is.
Go ahead, Tim.
So you're a Texas fan, right? So Texas, Ohio State. So you got Texas winning that game versus Ohio State week 1?
I got Texas. I got Texas, man.
Art's first game in a hostile environment. You like Texas, though?
Bro, I'm putting all my money on Manning this year. For real, bro. I feel like they gave him a little sample last year, and I felt like deep down, he wanted, the Manning family, they're very political, always know the right thing to say, but I feel like he felt disrespected. Like, he coming off fighting this first year, bro. Like, Now he's the starter. I'm the guy this year. Like I don't got to do all this political stuff with a senior. This and that. I'm the guy. Coach Sharks believe in me. I think he's gonna take them there, bro. And they always. And I heard through the grapevine, and it's on ESPN. They had the top 3 recruiting class, and they returning more seniors. I'm just saying.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bob.
No, you good, bro. I'm good.
Nah, Texas is. They probably should win the SEC. Probably be a top 4 seed, probably 1 or 2. I look at the Big Ten and the SEC. They'll probably be the 1 or 2 seed. However, whatever conference they think is the hardest one, or whatever performs the hardest. So for me, I look at it as I think your Texas Longhorns are in a good position. As far as they play Ohio State, I think the best thing that they have going for them is that they're playing the quarterback Julian Sand. This is his first start. He he committed to Alabama. He left Alabama when Nick Saban left college football, went to ESPN. He transferred to Ohio State. He sat last year, so now this is his year to start. So I think Texas can find a way to get past the first game. They're going to lose a couple games just because of the gauntlet of the schedule. Nobody's going undefeated. But I think
nobody can do it. Nobody can do it.
Yeah, not now. It's merely impossible. You might have had an undefeated team with 4 teams in the playoff because you just had a semifinal game and a championship game. But now, like let's say like Ohio State. Ohio State had to play a first round game, then they had to play a quarterfinal game, a semifinal game, and then the national championship. So that's 4 games. You feel me? So you're not going to be undefeated. And just think about it. Ohio State lost their last game of the season to Michigan before they went on that run to win the championship. So I think the Texas Longhorns are in a good position. Let me ask you this: what team in the SEC do you think can give Texas the biggest challenge?
LSU.
Okay.
And I really do think this is just me speaking from the heart. I haven't been following Alabama, but like when a school has such like a winning culture these past few years, you got so much faith in them. I feel like Alabama's starting to feel like the underdog now, like low key. Like I just said, they wasn't in the top 5, so I feel like Alabama can give them some bump too. Like it can get spooky in the SEC. That's why I really want to go to a game.
No, I definitely can. I'm gonna just say this: you got Texas, you got Georgia, you got Alabama, LSU, you got Tim's team, South Carolina, you got Florida in there in the top 25. You got Oklahoma, you got Texas A&M, and you got Tennessee. I think Tennessee will take a step back because they lost a lot of players. But for me, I think I like your pick of LSU. I think this is the year that Brian Kelly is definitely on the hot seat. You saw your team. You saw the previous team that you coached make the national championship game. The guy that replaced you made the national championship game, made the playoffs before you ever did. And you were supposed to leave Notre Dame and go to a better job, right? Yeah. LSU, a more easiest job for you to get talent at. And look at what Marcus Freeman doing. Look what Marcus Freeman did at Notre Dame last season. So Notre Dame last season. So for me, I definitely think LSU can. I think LSU will be. I think LSU will be on the top 4 contenders in the SEC for sure. And I definitely think they can give. They can give Georgia, Texas, or Alabama a run for their money because they got a lot of players coming back, including Garrett Nussmeier.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something real. The SEC is different. Like I literally had this talk with my cousin the other day when we was talking about football. Like SEC is different. You can lose to Vanderbilt in Kentucky any given Sunday. It just be on any given Saturday night. It's just random. You'll be sitting there like, dang, Vanderbilt coming back on Alabama? Like, how this happen? Like, anything can happen that day. I have a question though. I have a question for Timbo over there. What made you a South Carolina fan? Like, are you like, that's so random.
So I'm not a South Carolina fan, but I just called them being good last year. Okay. And I just like their program. I'm a Florida State fan. I'm a big Florida State fan. Like, so no, most people don't know my favorite pick. So when I started playing, I'm out of my game at the Peter Ward. He was the first dynamic, shifty guy I ever seen him. I'm like, yo, he's crazy. Like, he's like, when I watched him, I was like, he's unreal. I need to mimic that. Like, I remember watching that championship game versus Virginia Tech. Like, oh no, Shorty is like, that's what I got to be like. Because he is like, I never seen nothing like that. Mind you, I'm 8 years old. So I ain't see, like, I like Deion and all them, but that's a little bit before, you know what I'm saying? Wow. That was my first visualization of, I got to be that. Like, sure. that's when it registered. Like, when I was playing, I was like, I got to be him to be good. So, yeah, so that's why I'm a Florida State guy.
Hey, I respect it. That's I feel like, hey fellas, and I don't want to take us off the topic, but SEC is the one now. But I feel like when we were growing up, ACC was it. We had, what, it was Miami. It was Miami there. Florida State was in there.
Clemson was good.
Clemson's still doing good.
Yeah,
Virginia Tech.
My fault. Yeah, Virginia Tech.
UVA was pretty decent. They had Chris Long. Yeah,
it was solid with him. Yeah. No, the ACC definitely took a hit with football. I think that the two best conferences, in my opinion, are the SEC and the Big Ten. However you want to rank them, I think they're the two best conferences because they put the most resources into football. They obviously want, the best coaches, the best facilities, the best, whatever. So, and pay for the best, and they're going to pay for the highest rosters. So,
hey, do y'all think it's going to be a little bit different now in the ACC since now that Belichick is there?
Go ahead, Tim.
So me personally, I gotta see the high. Like I'm not the biggest fan of the hire yet. Like I gotta see like how he relate to them. Like it's different, like coaching grown men, right? Like it's a different attitude, different. Like I'm a professional, so I'm gonna try to act like a professional, be a professional. But some of them college kids ain't, you know what I'm saying? They're mentally, so you gotta kind of meet them where they at and then get them to be a professional. If y'all get what I'm saying. So like me, I want to see that aspect. I'm not doubting his coaching ability. That'd be insane to doubt his coaching ability. But I just want to see how he can roster in like is Bill Belichick going to come? I know he did a high school run, but is he really going to come see my son? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he going to come in the living room and actually really talk to my son, or is he going to send somebody else? You feel me? Like, I just want to see those different dynamics where most people don't think about, but that's what I think about. Like stuff that, like the little things, like Coach Franklin coming into my door, rather you send your office assistant, it's going to be more than me if Franklin come. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just the little things to me. I want to see if he can adapt at 74. You know what I'm saying? And it's like relatability to me mean a lot. So
hey, he got something to keep. He got a nice little thing to keep him young.
Nah, so, he do. Hey, on that end, the kids might like him just off that end because them kids don't think. They might like thing, so he mess with us. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Hey, what you like.
Hey, Coach cool with me, man. Coach like the same
thing. Right, Coach got a young thing. His girl was out with us last night. You know what I'm saying?
Last night with us hanging. You know what I'm saying? She didn't even tell him I had a shot and I'm only 20. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, we good.
Bill Belichick has no idea what he stepped in with that. He know what he stepped in by taking the job at North Carolina. But he has no idea what he stepped in at that situation. But hey, Bill, listen, good luck to you with that, bro. Handle your business the way you're gonna handle. I'm gonna stick to
that Milford.
Oh, I know. I saw.
He was at Milford, bro. I'm a fan of him now. I said he flew to Baltimore. Come to Baltimore County School. I like him. He good with me. Hey, Belichick, you gonna hear this episode? You good with me, brother? You good with me?
Yeah, I think he'll be fine at North Carolina. It's coaching. Like I think at the end of the day, he's a coach. And like if people gonna question him, I'm not saying he's this guy in college because this guy's the best college coach ever. But it's Nick Saban. That's all it is. It's just Nick. What Nick Saban got tired of, Bill Belichick is not getting tired of. In part because he can't get an NFL job, or hasn't been offered an NFL job that he wanted. So, or hasn't been offered an NFL job at all. So for me, I just look at it as I think Bill would be fine. To me, it's about the roster. It's about the roster construction. If you look at North Carolina's schedule, they play all their hard games are at home. They play TCU at home. They play Clemson at home. And their last game, they put two of their three hardest games are at home. They played North Carolina State, I think, on the road to end the season. They could easily, if things go a certain type way, they could easily be 10-2.
Yeah.
And 10-2.
I mean, they lost their best players though. Omari Hampton, like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I don't know what's on that roster to go 10-2.
I'm not predicting them to go 10-2. I'm just saying if you look at their schedule,
I get it.
If they get through the landmine of TCU, they'll probably lose to Clemson. Fine, that's a loss. But the games from TCU to Clemson, they're gonna win all them games. If they beat TCU, they'll be like 6-0 before they play Clemson. So they might lose that game. Fine. All I'm saying is 10-2 can get you into the playoff
and a bowl game.
Well, forget a bowl game. They're gonna do that regardless. I'm saying 10-2 can get you into the playoffs. You feel me? So my point is about Bill Belichick is that I get your point about they lost Hampton, but you can replace a running back. As long as you got solid, as long as Bill Belichick can get them trenches right, which he struggled with in New England his last couple of years, especially on the offensive line. He can get them trenches right. Man, North Carolina, man. But like I said, man, it's to me. When I look at college football, I look at who you have returning. I look at the conference that you in, and the most important thing is your schedule. Like people don't, you have to accommodate the schedule into what you're doing. Because if you look at the schedule, you're like, all right, like the SEC, like Florida, they got another gauntlet of a schedule in the SEC. They play everybody. So the likelihood of them being in the SEC championship game is -0, not even -0, -5% because they're already at a disadvantage because of their schedule. So,
hey, I got a question for you though. And I had this talk the other day. The same way Deion came into college football and everybody was like, because me and my boys, we always say, man, if I was a senior, man, I had the coaches coming to see me, I'd definitely go see Deion. This is Deion Sanders, this is prom. I'm giving that same respect to Belichick if I'm a kid too. I'm like, this is the all-time winning NFL. He can definitely get me to the league. Because if I'm on that level where they come into our parents' living room or my school, all I'm focused on is, can you get me to the league in 3 years? And what what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. And I think if I'm in front of Belichick and Deion, I might just go with Belichick. I don't know, bro. He can make a phone call to get you. It can get you at least a training camp.
I would think. I don't know. I think if they in front of you, one talk so much, like their styles are so different. I think Deion will convince you more than Belichick.
For sure,
like,
but everybody
like most of these young guys, they like flashy, they like loud, they like all that type of stuff. So that's why I'm saying I just want to see how he's going to, you know what I'm saying? Like all that no talking in interviews and stuff. Like you got to sell yourself on this level. Yeah, you was great at that level, but you're unknown at this level. Just like when Chip Kelly came to the Eagles, right? He messed up the Eagles because he started trying to treat them like college kids. You got curfew. You got to eat this. You got to do that. D-Jack and them wasn't with none of that. And you see he had to go back to college. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying he can't make it happen. I just want to see it first. Like, I can't just say that, you know what I'm saying? He had convinced me just because he was a top NFL coach. That wouldn't be my draw. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Of course, he's going to have some connections, right? But how, like, on the other side, how good are his connections if he can't even get himself a job? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's another way to look at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't even get yourself back in the door, but I expect you to do something for me, which not saying he can't, but just for me, like, the other way thinking, like, I respect Bill. You know what I'm saying? We respect Bill, right? But, like, think about, like, an 18-year-old, like, he don't really know Bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't really their generation. They generation Lamar Jackson and all these guys now. It ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really know some football to know, like, oh, that's really him right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really him and Tom Brady really, you know what I'm saying? Because when they was really winning, them guys was 6'5". You know what I'm saying? They wasn't old enough to come. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my argument.
Hey, no, I definitely give you that. Like, you definitely make great points as far as like he has to prove it. Because no, you're not just because you did it on one level, don't mean you can necessarily do it on another level. Now, the comparison of Chip and Bill, I think that's a little apples to oranges.
I mean, just because Chip dominated his level and Bill, that's all. Not.
No, I get that, but I'm not going to use wordplay, but Chip never. To me, Chip ain't gonna have Chip wasn't never gonna have the gravitas that Belichick has. Like he never was gonna have that. You feel me? Like he never won anything. If you look at it. Like I don't think Oregon never won a championship under him.
They just had good teams.
Yeah, it was like 11-win teams. I'm just saying in college, right? That's not to cut you off, but in college, you don't gotta win the championship that had the same aura as a championship coach on that.
No. You are right.
You know
but I'm saying
like it's different.
No, but I'm saying I think Bill was going to automatically have more aura than him just because I get your point that the kids they might not know who he is, but they know of him. I'm sure they know of him. So my point, the only thing I was going to say, the only retort I have about Bill was this. When Bill, it's all about how you sell yourself. So Bill felt like with the Patriots, he didn't have to do that. Because really, like if you look at the NFL, it's really no need to talk to the media. The media wants to get information out of you. In college, that's different. You have to recruit players. You have to sell the team. You're not selling the team in the NFL. You don't have to sell your team to the media. If you watch sports shows, I'm sure we all do. They're gonna talk about the Cowboys. They're gonna talk about the Chiefs. They're gonna talk they're gonna hit certain teams that they're gonna talk about. Back then they were going to talk about the Patriots. You found me? So my point is that I think Bill, it's all about how he sells himself. And I think if he sells himself the right way, I think North Carolina, like I said, I'm not saying they're going to go 10-2. Not saying that at all. But if you, again, probably looking at their schedule now, Tim, if you look at their schedule, bro, if they get past TCU, they're going to be undefeated when they play Clemson. And then, I don't think they're going to win that game. But let's just say they win that game. If they beat Clemson, they're going to make the college football playoff. That's what I think. I don't think that they are, but I'm just saying you can look at their schedule and see, just like how we did last year with Colorado. We both preseason picked Colorado to make the playoffs because we looked at their schedule like, okay, they can win this game, they can do that, and then So
I'm excited for both. I'm excited for them. I don't want a lot of y'all. I know a lot of y'all fans gonna be mad at me. I probably won't be following too much of Colorado, this year, but I'm still gonna be a proud supporter of Colorado, and I know a lot of my friends are gonna be hating me when they hear me say this because I was a big Colorado fan these past 2 years, but it's time to get back to SEC football. Big 12, cool. Big 12, Pac-10, all that shit is cool, but
that's the air raid, man. You gotta get down to that real football, brother.
Yeah,
man,
I'm ready to get back to it, man. I'm ready to get back
to
it.
That grit, that grind. Hey, Bobby, before we get you up out of here, brother. So we obviously know you like Texas, and it might be too early. But let me ask you, who's playing for the national championship, and who do you have winning the national championship?
Nobody asked me this one. I haven't thought about this one yet.
Hey, man, listen.
If I'm being honest, I'm gonna be real with you. Texas. I'm going Texas. I'm taking my team. Texas, LSU for SEC championship.
Okay.
I got Texas going to the Natty.
All right.
And they may. Ohio State still Big Ten.
Yeah, Big Ten.
I think they're gonna do Ohio State because they're not gonna do the small school stuff no more. Like I don't think Notre Dame, TCU, I don't think they're ever gonna get a shot at that type of stuff again at the championship. I think they're gonna keep it, Big Ten.
Yeah, the real blue.
SEC. I heard Cam Newton talk about it. He's like, people just want to see real football. And I'm not saying all other conferences not real football because they are. I love all the conferences, but you're gonna get a show at SEC football. So and Big Ten. I love Big Ten. So I'm gonna go Ohio State and Texas.
Okay. Rematch of the first game, and Texas wins the national championship.
Yeah, I think everybody gonna want to see that. I think that's gonna be a really good game. I wanted to throw Georgia just because I love KJ Bolden, their safety that played at Buford High School. I've been following him for a little bit too. He's a dog, and I think Georgia's gonna be solid. But all that quarterback drama and all that funny stuff, man, I can't. That's why I like clean program. That's why I have faith for Bill. Because, when you play for Bill Belichick, I feel like it's a standard. I feel like if you're a kid and you go there, you got to know in your head, like, I'm going to play for Bill Belichick. My father, my uncle, my OGs, they're going to tell me, like, bro, you playing for Bill Belichick, bro. You're going to have to come in there prepared. You're going to have to be able to study. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure the same way for Deion. Deion, I'm sure everybody told him, like, bro, he don't play. His meeting started at 8 o'clock. You might want to get there at 7:50. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think with Bill Belichick, it's not like I have to say too much. It's kind of like going on a visit to Alabama as a high school kid back when Saban era. Do you know they have a trophy room of national championships and of all of their first round players? Like, and their list of first rounders is crazy. Like,
it's like the yellow pages,
bro. It's crazy. So I feel like I hope y'all bring me back again, man. I may have a change of heart come week 3 because I just want to see how everybody come out firing. Like,
yeah, it's not. To be honest with you, I mean, I felt like it was a great question, but to be fair, it's kind of hard to do these because you haven't seen a team play. Like the only team we've seen play was Notre Dame. I mean, not Notre Dame. I'm sorry, Iowa State and Kansas State play.
Kansas State, yeah.
I don't think nobody thinks either one of them teams are going to win the national championship. So the way I look at it is that yeah, man, I it's kind of hard, but yeah, we'll definitely have you back on. We want to appreciate you for coming on, Bobby. We look forward to having you back on, brother.
For sure, man.
Next time we'll get you on. We'll get you on to talk about the NFL, and we will revisit your college picks, bro.
Hey, look, man, I'll be ready, man. Just let me know. I just want to let y'all know, bro. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart for bringing me on, bro. I'm a big fan, and y'all doing good things here, bro. I'm gonna keep supporting, keep watching, and I hope y'all boys have a good rest of the week too, man.
Yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate that, bro. We appreciate all the support. We will definitely support the brand. We definitely support you and support any brand that you out here supporting, bro. We love you.
Much
you're
love,
a fan
bro.
of us, Highly Opinionated. We're a fan of yours. So we appreciate everything that you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the great Bobby. We're taking a quick commercial break. You're watching Highly Opinionated. We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Bro, you the best, bro. Hey, yo, I went over, yo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, bro, I was chilling. I was cool.
Yeah, sometimes
that was a really good conversation. You did good. You definitely was like a natural for real.
There you go. You definitely good. I didn't even get to the NFL. But
look.
With a flavor you won't forget. Available in 3 different flavors. Watermelon sunset, tropical fruit, and very berry. To place orders, please visit the website at edibly.com. While you're there at edibly.com, use a promotion code. You guys see the promotion code on the screen. $ Highly Airy, $. Again, $ Highly Airy, $ for 20% off your first purchase. Follow us on IG at Edibly Airy for new product releases and monthly hookups. Must be 21 and over to purchase. Edibly Airy, the best freeze-dry edibles out. Go shop. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Highly Opinionated. Before we recap week 0 of college football, I want to give you guys our college football records from last year. I was 38-24. Tim was 33-29. We both started off 0-1. We both picked Kansas State to beat Iowa State, and that didn't happen. The Iowa State Cyclones beat the Kansas State Wildcats 24-21. Rocco Beck, quarterback for Iowa State, was 14-28, 183 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, QBR 77.1. Hansen, the running back, 16 attempts, 71 yards on the ground. Samama the third, 14 attempts on the ground, 43 yards. And the quarterback, Rocco Beck, had 12 attempts on the ground, 18 yards. Lead receiver for Iowa State was Eckerson, 46 yards and a touchdown. Kansas State was led by Avery Johnson. He was 21-30, 273 yards and 2 touchdowns. Joe Jackson, 12 carries, 51 yards. That lead receiver was Jace Brown, number 1, 4 catches, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. Watching this game, because it was the marquee game of the day, so I watched it Saturday. It was a sloppy game. I think college football, they need to stop start the game off in Ireland. First of all, for my sake, because I got burnt the past 2 years. I picked Florida State to win 2 years ago. Then I picked Kansas State to win this year, and I can't get a team right over there in Ireland. So they need to stop doing that just for my sake. But all joking aside, like these aren't professional players. These are college players. I get it. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. But having a game in Ireland for what? This game should have been played on campus. If it wasn't going to be played at Kansas State, it could have been played at Kansas City, at the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium. They had a preseason game on Friday. They could have cleared the stadium up Saturday and had the game there at 12 o'clock. Or you could have had the game in Iowa State, wherever. I just don't think you should have a game in Ireland. And the sloppiness showed. My guy transferred from Colorado, Edwards, he muffed the punt. And I felt like that really changed the flow of the game. That was early in the first quarter. That changed the flow of the game. It also knocked him out of the game as well, Dylan Edwards. It knocked him out of the game. So it was a sloppy game. Iowa State found a way to win. Again, Rocco Beck and that Matt Campbell and that 3-3-5 defense, they found a way to contain Kansas State enough to get a 24-21 win.
Yeah, man, you gave the numbers, man. But I think this game came down to 2 plays, man. Kansas State had a 4th and 1 in the red zone. They got stopped. That was a momentum changer early in the game. I think it was early second half. They had a 4th and 8, and the quarterback threw a good pass. He dropped the ball. I think those were both momentum plays for that propelled Iowa State to get the W, because Kansas State was kind of moving. Like, honestly, they was doing. Iowa State was good, had good run defense, but they pass defense. They was really throwing it anywhere they want. I actually would have thought Kansas State should have threw the ball more, especially in the second half when the rain stopped. But shout out to Iowa State, man. They found a way to win the game.
Yeah, Iowa State definitely found a way to win the game. Gritty, grimy game, rainy conditions, messy, a little bit of slip and slide conditions to watch. A tough watch. I actually thought the best game on that Saturday was Stanford and Hawaii. That game was on CBS. Not saying that was the best game because of the talent, but it was a well-played game. There was no rain. There was none of that. The Kansas State, Fresno State, even though that was a blowout. When you don't have rain, obviously, and then you're not going across the country, going out of the country to play a game. Yeah, man, obviously, these are, like I said, these are college kids. So any condition can affect a college kid. Anything. A guy got to take a psychology test. You feel me? That could mess with it. You feel me? So I think they need to stop doing that. But again, like you said, Iowa State found a way to win, and Iowa State has a leg up in the Big 12. They are 1-0, and Kansas State is 0-1 in conference. College football week 1 is here, Tim. Let's preview these games. Let's give out some game picks, my brother. Let's start off with the marquee game of the week. The number 1 Texas Longhorns travel to the number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes. World famous, the Ohio State Stadium Saturday, 12 o'clock. Game is on Fox. Big noon kickoff will be there. College game day will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, I made a mistake last week. I said college game day would be on last week. It was actually college football countdown. College game day will be on this week, 9 o'clock on ESPN, big noon, 10 o'clock on Fox. Before we make this pick, I just want to give a special shout out to Lee Corso. This is his last college game day. I've been watching this man since I've been watching college football. I don't think there's a better person that represents college football than Lee Corso. So I just want to say salute to him, bro. 90 years old on TV, man. Like, that is amazing. And you're still watching to see who is he going to pick for his headgear selection. So Lee Corso changed the game in so many ways. So shout out to Lee Corso, man, a living legend, and he will definitely be missed on college game day for sure.
Definitely, for sure.
Man. The reason why they're there, my bad. Go ahead, Tim. I'm sorry.
No, my fault. Go.
I'm saying the reason why they're there is to watch number 1 Texas play at number 3 Ohio State Saturday again, 12 o'clock on Fox. Gus Johnson, Joe Platt, Jenny Taft on the call. Tim, who's walking out of the Ohio State with the win? Is it Hookem or is it OHIO?
Man, so I know somebody that's going to this game, right? Man, them ticket prices for this game, boy, I ain't know. $1,300. My boy paid $1,300 to go to this game. $1,300. Ain't no way. But that being said, man, I want to see
Texas or Ohio State fan?
Neither. No, neither.
Okay.
But man, I just want to see what the hype about is about Arch Manning in this game, man. And they going to travel and play against the national champs from last year at home, man. I think that's going to be a hard out for Texas, man. Just week 1, man, going against the champs at home with that crowd getting behind them, man. And that boy Love, we seen how special he was last year. I want to see what he does his sophomore year, man. I'm going Ohio State at home.
Ohio State at home to beat Texas. So Ohio State returns 9 starters, 6 on offense, 3 on defense. Texas returns 9 starters, 3 on offense, 6 on defense. Ohio State starting quarterback will be Julian Sayin. Quarterback we mentioned earlier in the show when we had the great Bobby on, but he committed to Alabama. He left Alabama when Coach Saban retired, and he transferred to Ohio State. He waited last season for his time with Ohio State. Now it's his time to shine. And obviously, like you said, Texas, we know who Texas quarterback is. He played a little bit of spot duty last year, Arch Manning. I think this game is get back for Texas. Texas and Ohio State played in the Cotton Bowl. That game was in Texas, and Ohio State won that game to propel them to the national championship. I think Texas gets their get back. I like Texas. Hook 'em, baby. Hook 'em. I like Texas to win the game. You feel me? I think Arch Manning will come in. I think the Texas defense, I think the Texas offense will start off a little slow, but Texas has 6 returning starters on defense. So I think that Texas will be ready. So So give me Texas. I think Texas goes in there. The number 1 team beats the number 3 team. And plus, Texas is going to need this game. I think the SEC is slightly better than the Big Ten this year. So Texas is going to need this game because they're going to lose some SEC games. You know that, and I know that. So they're going to need this game.
You know what's crazy? Texas' schedule kind of light when I looked at it the other day. Like, it ain't really one of them daunting SEC schedules. Like, they picked
they don't have a Florida schedule. I'll definitely give you that. They definitely don't have a Florida schedule. I'm actually getting that schedule, pulling that schedule up now. So after they play Ohio State, they play San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston. Then they play Florida. They play Oklahoma in the Red River Rivalry. I think that'll be a game. They play Kentucky. They play Mississippi State. They play Vandy. They go to Georgia. So I think that'll be a hard game.
Yeah, that'll be
then they play Arkansas, and then they play Texas A&M. I think Texas A&M going to want that get back from last year. So I think it's not as daunting as some of the other SEC schedules, but I don't think they're going undefeated. I'm telling you that now. I definitely don't think that. Our next game, man, this game is near and dear to my heart, Tim's heart. Number 8 Alabama Crimson Tide travel to Florida State to take on the Florida State Seminoles. This game will be Saturday at 3:30 on ABC. You started off with the last game, so I'll start off with this game. And they're gonna roll. They're gonna roll Florida State. I like Alabama. Like I just think they're the better team. I think Todd Simpson, the starting quarterback for Alabama, is Todd Simpson. Alabama has 14 returning starters, 6 on offense, 8 on defense. Florida State has 6 returning starters, 1 on offense, 5 on defense. I still don't know who their starting quarterback is. Is it going to be Brock Glenn? Is it going to be Thomas Costellos? He transferred from Boston College. Hopefully I'm saying his name right, Tim. Castellanos, I'm sorry. Thomas Castellanos. He transferred from Boston College last season. And Brock Glenn was there last season. So I like Alabama. I think Alabama wins this game and probably wins this game in a going away fashion. Give me Alabama.
Yeah, this game, Bama looking replace Milroe. FSU looking to bounce back from a bad year last year. Tommy Castellanos will be starting. He transferred from BC, like you said, looking to rejuvenate the nose offense. Darnell Jackson, D lineman coming back. I was going back and forth with this one, man. I think I'm gonna go. I don't know who Todd Simpson is too well. I got more faith in Castellanos, and I think they want this game more. So I'm going Florida State. Florida State in a close one. First upset of the year.
Tim like Florida State. I'm an Alabama fan, so we will definitely be talking offline about this game.
Definitely.
How we can make each other pockets richer. You feel me? So we will definitely talk about this game. But yeah, should be a good game. First time we've seen these two teams play in years. Last time they played, it was a top 5 showdown. I think the quarterback, just Alabama injured y'all starting quarterback who it was at the time. I can't remember the guy who the quarterback was at the time. But they played that game in the Georgia Dome. They injured the quarterback, and that basically ended the game. So this will be the first time they met since then. So, yeah, I like Alabama. Tim's like FSU. Saturday at 3:30, we'll find out. The next game that we're going to preview is the number 9 LSU Tigers traveling to number 4 Clemson to face the Tigers. The Battle of the Tigers. The Battle of the Real Death Valley. Game is Saturday at 7:30 on ABC. Chris Fowler, Kurt Herbstreit, Holly Rowe will be on the call. Tim, who got the Real Death Valley, LSU or Clemson?
Man, this should be one of the better games quarterback wise. Like Garrett Nussmeier, real efficient pocket passer with the arm. He will test Clemson's defense for sure. Cade Klubnik can do a little bit of everything. He can run, throw it. He's one of the best players in the country, in my opinion, man. But this game in Clemson, man, so I think Clemson going to figure it out, man. I think Klubnik, I don't think they like how they lost last year in the playoff. Like, I think they got like not a revenge type of mode, but I think they could do a little bit more this year, especially with some of the teams bringing new players in, new quarterbacks and all that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of teams don't have a whole lot of returners. So, and especially at the quarterback position, you know, that's the key position in college, honestly. So, give me Clemson.
You know, I tossed and turned on this game. LSU has 7 returning starters, 4 on offense, 3 on defense, led by quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, like you said. Clemson has 16 returning starters, 8 on offense, 8 on defense, led by quarterback Cade Klubnik. So obviously we do notes for the show, ladies and gentlemen. We prepare for the show. We want to make sure we're giving you factual information like we always have, like we always will, always have, and always will continue to. When I saw that Clemson had 16, I was going to take LSU because I'm like, man, listen, Brian Kelly got to win it. He got to win a regular season opener. He lost against, remember last year he lost that Sunday game against USC. Remember that? He lost to that.
Yeah.
He lost the year before that, the season opener game. So I was going to take LSU. I'm with you, man. I'm taking Clemson, man. They at home. I think they're the real Death Valley, at least for this game. And again, you got 16 returning starters, and you made the best point. They were upset about the way they lost at Texas in that first round playoff game. They thought they could have gave a better effort. They thought they could have gave more, and they did. So I like Clemson. I think it'll be a close game. I think this will be one of the best games of the weekend, if not the best game of the weekend. But I'm with you, bro. I'm taking Clemson, man. Go Tigers. I'm taking the Clemson Tigers. Last game that we're going to preview: Catholics versus convicts. That's what I grew up on as this is what it was to me. It was Catholics versus convicts. Number 6, Notre Dame Fighting Irish traveled to Miami to take on the number 10 Miami Hurricanes. This game will be Sunday at 7:30 on ABC. Sean McDonough, Greg McElroy, Katie George on the call. I'll start us off. Miami. They have 8 returning starters, 3 on offense, 5 on defense. Notre Dame has 11 returning starters, 5 on offense, 6 on defense, including running back Julian Love, one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the country. The one question for me about Notre Dame is starting quarterback C.J. Carr. We've never seen him play. Like I've never seen him play. I can't say we. I've never seen him play. So I feel like this is a tough environment for him. Yeah, you can hand the ball off, but at some point you're gonna have to throw it. You're gonna have to show me you can do something. I get your point, bro. And Miami, if you best believe Miami, that defensive room saying, bro, we going all out to stop the run. We gonna make this kid beat us with his arm. So now Notre Dame has improved that weaponry. They went to the transfer portal and got some guys. So again, Notre Dame starting quarterback is C.J. Carr. Miami is going at the transfer portal again. Last year they had Cam Ward. He became the number 1 pick for the Tennessee Titans. This year they're going after Carson Beck, the quarterback formerly at Georgia. Now he's transferred to Miami. It's a tough one. I'm going to take Miami at home. What I'm looking for in this game is the defense from Miami. They have to be better than what they were last year. They were a train wreck. They were terrible. You called it out. I thought Miami was going to win the ACC because of that offense, but that defense held them down. Just ask Fran Brown and Syracuse, the last game of the last meaningful game of the season for Miami. They lost that game. However, I'm going to take Miami at home. Give me the U. Stand up, baby. Give me the U.
I'm not mad at it, man. Just so we get the name right. Running back named Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love. I'm sorry. What did I call? What Love did I call? Julian Love. I'm sorry. Jeremiah Love. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
No problem. But yeah, man, in this game, I want to see who is the real Carson Beck. Like, what Carson Beck is going to be on the Miami squad. I want to see that, man. And like you said, man, Jeremiah Love is the real deal, man. That man averaged 6.9 yards a carry last year, 17 touchdowns, 163 carries for 1,125 yards. So he wasn't even getting a crazy amount of carries neither. So, like, and I think, man, I don't know what Miami going to do defensively, man, but I think Notre Dame going to bully them. I think they just going physical football, play action. Notre Dame going to be an old school offense, man. They going to double tight you. They going, you know what I'm saying? We going out physical. We going ground and pound. We ain't playing. We ain't showing.
Ground and pound. I love ground and pound, baby.
Nothing. We ain't going to do too many, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to do nothing we don't normally do. And I think they're going to bully Miami, so I'm taking Notre Dame.
So you like Notre Dame, I like Miami. Not a bad pick, bro. Again, I need to see that defense. That's what I'm looking for. I don't even care about Carson Beck. I kind of know what to expect from him. I'm looking at that defense. If the offensive line is solid, Carson Beck should be solid. The defense. That defensive line, they got to get pressure. They got to contain with the 4 that they got or 3 that they got, whatever they play, 3-4-4-3. They got to contain. They got to stay gap control, gap central with Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. So my point is, I get your point, but I got to see that defense, man, because that defense was horrible. That's why your pick is not bad at all. Like, now I get it, because the last time we saw that defense, Syracuse was running up and down the field on it. So what would Notre Dame do to him? You feel me? So I get that. So we will see, man. It's a great week of college football, ladies and gentlemen. As you see on the screen, other notable games. We're gonna bring that part over from the NFL to college football this year. Other notable games include Auburn at Baylor Friday at 8 p.m. That game's on Fox. Georgia Tech at Colorado. That game is Friday at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Utah at UCLA. That game is Saturday at 11 p.m. on Fox. And then Monday night, TCU at North Carolina. That game is Monday night on ESPN. Any of those 4 games catch your attention, or those teams catch your attention?
It was Auburn, Baylor. What was the second one?
Auburn at Baylor, Georgia Tech at Colorado,
That
Utah at UCLA. So Georgia Tech and Colorado. What catches your eye, brother?
I just want to see the matchup. I want to see how Deion does without his son and Travis Henry. I want to see how the team rebuild. Yeah, Travis Hunter, my fault. I want to see how they rebuild. Like, we don't have them 2 guys no more. What's the next step for us? You know what I'm saying? Like, we still get recruits in, but what's the next step for us? Can I build the team again? And then for Georgia Tech, man, they had a good year last year in terms of how they started. They had a little rocky point.
Dipped up there.
Yeah, QB got hurt. That was part of the problem. QB got hurt. They kept switching quarterbacks, but, man, I want to see them from start to finish because they look pretty good last year.
Head coach Brett Key, I like him. We saw him last year. We saw what he's about and saw how he likes to play. So since you touched Georgia Tech and Colorado, I won't touch that. I'm looking at Auburn and Baylor. I think this is a big year for Hugh Freeze in the SEC, man. This is a perfect way to get your season off right, start off a win on the road against a Big 12 team. So that should be a big game. Dave Miranda at Baylor. What are you going to do? Like, we hear rumors of the hot seat with you. So what are you going to do? What type of team are you going to have? Utah and UCLA. Kyle Whittingham, the head coach at Utah, bringing in the new quarterback. UCLA, I like Deshaun Foster with how they ended the season last year. See if that run could propel them up into this year. He wanted you guys to know last year at the Big Ten Media Day that UCLA is in Los Angeles. He wanted you guys to know that. So he made that clear. But I like what they were doing, progressing at the end of the season last year. And then we spoke on it earlier, TCU and North Carolina. Obviously interested in Sonny Dykes' team, but definitely Bill Belichick. I just want to see how that looks, see how that meshes, see how that flows. So it's a great week of college football. You got ranked games, you got unranked games. So it should be a great week of college football, my brother.
I'm laughing because Cam Rising finally graduated.
Yeah, he finally left. He finally left Utah. That man was at Utah for like 7 years.
7 years.
He was during the COVID time. He was there. He was there for a minute. Jesus.
Sure.
And if I could be in college 7 years, bro, I'm gonna have the best life ever. Jesus Christ. And you getting paid too now? Lord have mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy week 1 of the college football season. Again, Texas, Ohio State, the marquee game. We gave you our other picks for the week: Notre Dame, Miami, LSU, Clemson, Alabama, Florida State, and we gave you some other notable games. So college football starts from Thursday and ends Monday. So you will be able to watch as much football as you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you for tuning in and watching episode 47 of the best sports show out, Highly Opinionated. For the best producer in the game, the best editor, the best guy here on Highly Opinionated, Ross, the best co-host in the game, Tim, the best guy ever. Appreciate you, Mr. I call Tim Mr. Highly Opinionated because he is definitely that. It's a privilege to work with Tim and Ross on an every week basis. So all love, y'all know that. I am merely Josh. We will see you guys next week. Enjoy college football week 1.
Go Noles.
Get your roll on, baby.